days of competitive gaming, socialization, seminars, and many more, the maiden edition of Accra Esports Week.
Hello. We can't wait to get this one done. So I have to cut right into the advert and bring on the hottest personality in video game in the world, talking about the one and only the hip hop gamer. Let's give it up. Round roll. Oh, come on. See who is here.
You already know what it is, baby. You know what's up, Crash? What's going on, baby? Love you, dog. How you feel, son?
I'm fine, bro. I'm like, when you said you're gonna be able to be on this show, I was like, this is gonna be the hottest show that I'm gonna have. And with you, it's like, today's gonna be talking about music, talking about movies, talking about everything. But let's start with you. How are you, bro? How are you doing?
Yo, dog, I'm amazing, son. Yo, bro, I just had the cast of Wu-Tang on the show today. So that right there was crazy. That's about to air like tomorrow or something like that. I just had Batista, WWE. I just had Batista on the show. So that was incredible because I was doing coverage for Knock at the Cabin, that new movie. So that's amazing. I just got word that my official PC machine, shout out to Lenovo, is already ordered, for the schools that I'm partnered with, out here in New York and stuff like that. So we making moves on that on my Playmakers program. So, yo, I got so much stuff going on, dog. It's humbling experience, man. Real talk.
Amazing.
So I'm doing a lot right now.
Amazing. I mean, when I look at your energy, your passion is something else. How do you get all that?
Yeah, man. So first off, my grandmother, rest in peace, she's the one who taught me how to play video games when I was 4 years old. So I've been playing video games all my life, and obviously now it's officially my career. So, when I was born, dog, like from what I'm told, like I just always had, high energy, always been high energy all my life. But now, like I'm just very, very humble, man, and very appreciative of everything that I got. And I love life. I live life to the fullest. My life is amazing. And it's all because I put God first, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and also, I like to see other people have the same excitement. It's too many times I see people lose their love and lose their joy, for the things that they do every day. And a lot of times your passion can turn into just a regular 9-to-5 job, and you lose that essence that made you love it in the first place. Son, so video games, hip hop, people putting God first. Yo, how can you not be excited for that all day, every day? You know what I mean? So we lit.
Yeah,
Period.
I know. Man, I like the fact that you said, well, God first, that you put your faith in there. But the beautiful thing about life is that, thank God for grandmothers, right? Grandmothers what give us the chance to really, they inspire so much in us. And I want to talk. I have some questions that I have for you, right? So I want to go back to those questions because some of these questions were sent to me for me to ask you, right? So I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
But you already made the first one. How was your childhood like in gaming?
So my childhood in gaming, so like the first game I ever played in my life was Pac-Man, right? Atari 2600, you know what I'm saying? So that was my first introduction to gaming, right? And then Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, like that was the game that made me a gamer, like for the rest of my life. Like that's what set it off. But there was difficulties, right? So growing up, I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. So growing up in the hood, right, it was always something where it was kind of like frowned upon because like if you're playing games and or you like comic books or whatever stuff like that, like you considered a nerd and you don't get no girls and saying you corny and stuff like that. To me, I played everything. I didn't just play like NBA Live basketball games. Like I played everything, dog, even from back in the day. Comic Zone, you know what I'm saying, on Sega Genesis, Power Stone on Dreamcast, like Atari Warriors on Nintendo. Like I played everything, dog. So growing up, in terms of my childhood, man, I just loved it all. And I tried to put other people on, but at that time it was so frowned upon. I just kind of like kept it to myself. And then over time at school and stuff like that, I started connecting with other like-minded individuals as a kid, and then we, got our own clique, going to the arcades and all this other stuff, and just building my own community, even when I was a kid.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, for you being a black boy, back in the days,
Yeah.
it was like if you to have the computers and the high end stuff, it's supposed to be rich. But you being a black boy, how have you managed through a white dominant, country and community?
So check this out, right? When I was coming up, my grandmother, she used gaming as a tool to not just only keep me off the streets, but she also used it as a tool to teach me about life and like real core values. So between
Amazing.
video games and bringing me closer to God, that's how my grandmother reached me. Like for real, like I was so passionate about gaming that I would like behave myself because of video games.
Mhm.
Like if you was to take my games away, like if
Uh-huh.
I got in trouble. So that's how serious I was when it came to games. So we didn't have much, obviously. Like I could tell you stories, dog. Like being in the hood, it was crazy. We didn't have much, but we was thankful for what we had, and that's where I realized like my value. Understanding and being thankful for what I had. So when I got older, what's so funny is I didn't have a computer, yo, Quessy. I didn't have a computer
Mhm.
until the year 2000,
Wow.
high school and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I didn't have a computer. And even when I had a computer, it wasn't no gaming computer. You know what I'm saying? It was something that the only reason why I was able to get it is because I got grants, like my Pell grant and my TAP grant for college. So I went to college for a year. So that's I was able to get a computer, and that's I was utilizing that to play games online because you got the 56K modem. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You couldn't use the phone if you was online, and I was
Yeah.
playing 2K like online in 2000 and stuff. So that was like my online experience there. So I didn't always have everything, but I always made the best out of what I had, and that's literally what I do today. I have a lot more today, thank God, but even if I had a lot or if I had a little bit now, I'm always thankful for what I got and always make the best of what I got. And I think that's the difference. I never look at anything about dag. I wish I had. I'm like, this is what we got. How we gonna make it the best we can? And that's just my
Amazing.
my frame, my mindset.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I mean, when we look, we like when I think about video games and I think about underserved or underprivileged communities, I think that it's a tool for them to give the youth there a pathway to find themselves and create
Hmm.
value and respect for themselves as well. Because when you come into the game, it is what you bring, right? It's how good you are, how you can learn and progress within the game, and everybody can do that. And you don't need to sit in the classroom, be totally academic to be a good gamer, right? So, I mean, I find it as a tool for the young people who are not so much academic inclined, but who are creative and skillful in what they love to do to to really pivot on that to become great in whatever they want to become. So, you have so much energy.
Yeah.
Do you ever have low points, low moments in this your gaming life?
Oh, yo, that's a great question. That's a great question. So, of course, man, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? We all have our low points, but it's not about the low point. It's about how you respond to it.
Amazing.
So, so it's like, for example, right? Somebody could come and say something, real bad about you. Somebody could say something bad about your family. But if you feed into their energy, you just gave that energy power. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if somebody says something negative about you, me, I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, word? All right, cool. Now I know who you are. Now you gave me everything I needed to avoid and look out for. And
Mhm.
now I could pay attention to the fact that I don't need to engage in this type of energy. I'm going to just keep moving forward because there's nothing for me here. So it's all about how you respond. So that's how I respond to anything. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I have a low point or whatever, I don't even let it get to me. Like my armor is so strong. The way my relationship with God is, my armor is so strong, bro, that You could say whatever you want. It don't even reach me, dog. I'm on such a high level. And the thing is, a lot of times people talk from a standpoint of their opinion. They don't know the truth. They don't know what's going on. So why would
Yep.
I allow somebody that don't even know me or know nothing? Why would I give them authority over what I you talking, I'm doing. There's a difference. Period. So that's one of the ways that I'm always able to prevail, even if there's like a low point. That's one. And two, um, this is I don't think I ever said this before in the interview. You know what I'm saying? But one of the best things that ever happened to me because of my journey and my walk with God is when I realized like the level of freedom that I have.
Hmm.
I realized when I realized I wasn't a good person. And what I mean by that is this, right? We have a way of looking at life, as humans with a certain standard, right? And we can look at this and be like, oh, that's good, or that's good, or that's bad, that's bad. But to be good means to be perfect, and none of us is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Only God is.
Yep.
So there's a gentleman by the name of Ray Comfort, and he has a certain way of speaking to people, making them realize, like who they are. And so I'll give you an example. I mean, if you was to ask somebody, have you ever told a lie before in your life? Have you ever told a lie in your life? They're gonna tell
Hmm.
you, yeah, of course I told a lie before in my life. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Now, in God's standard, like thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we already like flawed by nature. So that freedom letting me know that I would never ever be perfect, but all I got to do is do the best that I can and stuff like that. That right there was a blessing to me because I'm never going to try to prove you right. I'm never going to try to prove you wrong. I'm just going to always do my best to be an example of what I aspire to be and see, and give that energy back for those that want to be inspired to go and do better in their life. And that right
Amazing.
there is beautiful to me. Yeah.
Amazing. That right there is beautiful. I'm gonna keep this. That has to be a T-shirt quote. There, right there, is beautiful. Amazing. I mean,
Thank you, man. That's why I say, yo, bro, not to cut you off, but that's why I say in my program, character is your currency.
I'm.
I want everyone to understand that value is in who you are. And what
Mhm.
you have is a byproduct of that value. But if your value is based on what you have, then you'll do anything to even step on somebody, hurt somebody, just to get something, just to feel value. And that's dangerous. So my value is already solidified. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Period.
Period. All right. So my next question to you: how did you embrace music with gaming? How? I mean.
Oh wow. Yo, no, I so let me tell you, right? Now everybody has a past, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Now, before hip hop gamer and stuff like that, they used to call me Jackal, right? When I was a
Jaku.
hardcore, yeah, Jackal, Jackal. They used to call me Jackal because Jackal's like a wild dog and stuff like that, and the energy. Obviously, you see the energy. You know what I mean? So back in the day, they used to call me Jackal, and also fun fact, Quest, from 2000 to 2014, I used to supervise the mailroom for all the record labels. So
Wow.
Def Jam, Universal, Rockefeller Records, Bloodline with DMX, Murder Inc., all of them, Interscope, Geffen A&M, Universal Republic. I was with all of them for like, I known them over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? All those
Amazing.
people like that's inside the building, stuff like that. Like, no, literally, yo, bro, Jay-Z himself was so cool. Getting going to Rockefeller, and he was even willing to help me. He wasn't too cool to, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it was crazy. Like, yo, life is crazy. But my thing is, I was doing a lot of hardcore gangster rap, and what happened is I was in this group, and this group was called HLC, and it's criminals, right? Now I'm
Uh-huh.
14 at the time, so I'm taking it back like further. And we had an opportunity to sign a record deal with MC Shan. Like
Wow.
from back in the day, yo, crazy. You know what I'm saying? The bridge, the
Mhm.
Booker Bridge, yeah, like MC Shan. And long story short, uh I was turned off by the music industry and the way it was and how dark, you know, even at a young just didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
was always into music. Started writing music and making music, but the music industry wasn't for me. But I still kept doing it. So then listening to different video game soundtracks, even going back further with Streets of Rage and listening to that, Final Fantasy VII, their soundtrack, and Twisted Metal, and like so many games. I was like, yo, I want to write music, but for video games. And because I love hip hop and video games so much, like there was no other name I could choose, bro. Hip hop gamer, there was no other name I could choose. So even now, I write music. I did the theme song for Twisted Metal. I'm in that. I did a song for Watch Dogs 2. I'm also a character in that game as well. So yeah, man, like that's how it all came about, bro. When I was 14, that's when I started rapping, and I just transitioned into making the name Hip Hop. So I'm literally my name. Like I'm not just making this up. Like I am literally, like honestly, what my name stands for.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, but I mean, when it come to music, and especially for people of black descent, music is part of our culture. It's part of our religion. It's part of our of
Our
what we
essence.
of our essence, and it's when we bring it into the video game space, it creates a new vibe, a new real experience for us. And even so, I don't think that we have done so much, and you are paving the way in pushing our culture into the video game space. And not only in you are professing to know that, hey, look, this is a black chap, I stand for this, I stand for this culture, but also I'm making the music for this video games. And it's amazing. I mean, I look at the future, and I look at all the talents that we have in the music space, and what we can
Yeah.
do even with music, the cross collaboration between African Americans and African artists. It's amazingly wonderful. And because of that, let's give a taste of our viewers something nice. Guys, listen to this. We'll be right back. Listen to this.
Press start.
Hip hop gamer. Press start. Yeah, you know what time it is. Yeah, you know what time it is. Brooklyn. Yeah, you know what time it is. Hip hop gamer, no stranger to danger. Record breaker, shot taker, playmaker. I show nothing but love, that's how I got greater. For those that don't see it, they stay stuck with the haters. Hip hop gamer, no stranger to greatness. So drop that gun gameplay, I overwatch that. Biggie Smalls life at the depth, so we respawn back. Red dot, headshot, red spots on your hard hat. This is what New York sounds like, and it's all that. Concrete core killer, rap game, raw spitter, frame data, play sicker. So you gotta aim quicker, maxed out, ready for war. We got the painkillers, feeling like Mike in the game. Ow, thriller. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. My grandma taught me to be the best that I can be, so I took the game industry by the balls and believed in me, and equally merged it with verses. So anybody wanna battle, get a pen and a paddle with two controllers. Focus, the flow is explosive, breaking every barrier and parry all opposes. Yeah, the game is mine and it's time to be ferocious. You can call me rap god when it comes to game and culture. Embrace who I am and the world is everybody wanna be in it. It's funny how the leaderboards will show you what is missing, and I get it, now I got it, cause I am top the position. Listen, from the hood, growing up, we ain't have much. Playing PlayStation with friends, felt like we had enough. It was those days with Sega, how we was raised up. Gotta love Sonic, cause Lost Rings that came up. Whoa. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play a part when we pop off. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty, gotta feel me with the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play a part when we pop off. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop off. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop off.
Boom.
Yeah. This is it. Look. You know what I said was that we're gonna bring you to Africa so we can get you into the studio and do those tracks with some other African artists, Ghanaian rap artists. I got a guy. I got a
Yo,
guy
I would love
called.
to.
I got a guy called Ball J. Ball J raps like what's his name? Jay-Z. His flow is like Jay-Z. I'm
Oh.
like he's a good friend of mine. He's the first guy that did my video game tournament jungle. He has a studio. So I told him like
Mm.
it's like I told Boje, I got somebody coming down, and whenever he touches down, we coming straight to your studio.
Yo, I'm ready, son. Let's get that, man. I want to see what that energy is like. You know what I'm saying? Out there, I never been out there. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, I
Oh,
really
you
want to
need
see
to
what
be
it's like out there.
here. You need to come down. You need to come and experience. I mean, the environment, the culture, the history, everything. I mean, it will change you. Honestly, it will change
Mm.
you. Everybody who has been here, the food, the culture, you'll be walking down and say, "Look, I feel like an African."
Yo, I would love to go, man. I've heard so many things. You know what I'm saying? So many things about it. So I would love to go there and see for myself. Like for real, for real. Like man, I would love to go out there and just meet you in person too. Like you know what I'm saying? When I come to your stomping grounds, dog. Word.
Oh, for real, for real. Definitely it will come on. I mean, God's time is the best. Definitely, opportunity will come. A brand will send you, hey, we want you to go to Ghana, we want you to go to Africa, take a trip to Africa, and I mean, it will just happen. Anyway, let's continue with our conversation. Um,
Let's go.
my next question will be, this is a fun question. If you ever want to be a video game character, what will you be?
Or if I ever want to be a video game character. So, you know what's interesting? Because like I'm already a video game character, but I'm a character as myself. You know what I'm saying? So
Ah, wait,
as somebody else, though.
wait. That was a big one. That was a big one. You already a character by
Yeah,
yourself. This is
yeah.
self-affirmation. See, every young person watching this video, listen to this. You can't be anybody but yourself. You can't be
Mm.
anybody but yourself. And you need to prove yourself that, hey, this is who I am. This is the character. And that brings me back to, you go ahead and finish your statement. There's a big question I want to ask you.
Got you. So, because like you know, in NBA 2K Playgrounds and also in Watch Dogs 2, I'm a character in there as myself. You know, a hip hop gamer. But one thing I would say is, if I was to like one of my favorite games ever, you know, is God of War and stuff like that. So, to me, and also from a skill set standpoint, if I can be in a game like a God of War, or if I could be in a game like Final Fantasy, or even there's another game that I like that's really cool. And I've just beat this game as well not too long ago. But the Callisto Protocol, this game is so
Wow.
dope. And I would love to be a character in those games, but I would love to show my range from a standpoint of voice acting and being in the moment of different situations that has nothing to do with the streets, that has nothing to do with the hood, or nothing. It's something completely different where I'm able to showcase a different level of skill within the talents that I have. So, Callisto Protocol, God of War, or Final Fantasy, I would love to be in like something like that, showcasing my talent. Word.
Amazing, amazing. I watched one of your videos where you talk about cheat code being part of
Yeah.
the culture, culture of gaming. We often
Yes.
forget. We often forget that the cheat code is very important. The- And what you were talking about, you gave me a different perspective about cheat code. I want you
Mm.
to explain to us what you mean by cheat code.
Got you. I like, and I know where you're going with this. So, in the culture, growing up with the games, you had Game Genie, Code Breaker, Action Replay, Max, Game Shark, and we used cheat codes, infinite ammo, infinite health, big heads, the classic Contra code, up, up, down, down. And that's just having fun with the games, playing the way you want to play, make a game harder or easier, whatever. But there's also another cheat code that people don't talk about enough, and the show that I got, the cheat code, touches on it. And what it is what is your cheat code, like within who you are and what you offer and what you bring, you know to the world? What is your cheat code? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And pretty much what a cheat code is what do you do, what can you do that only you can do? You understand what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Everybody has their own individual, yeah. Everybody has their own individual fingerprint on this world. Everybody has their own mark that they want to leave, their own legacy that they want to leave. So what is your cheat code like in your life? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Quesi, what I see in you, just leading the charge with esports in Ghana, and having your show and being that face for this, and also being talented enough to do interviews and conduct this, handle business. That's a cheat code. Not everybody could do what you do. You understand what I'm
Amazing.
saying? And
Yeah.
especially the way you do it. So what I do is I utilize cheat codes as a metaphor to the very video game industry that we love. We How can you apply your cheat code to make other situations that you're involved in and that you may not be involved in, but how do you make those things better with the cheat code and the talent and the skill set in terms of what makes you a great individual, literally the gifts that God gave you. That's your cheat code. How are you going to use them instead of wasting them? Because a lot of
Amazing.
people do that too. They waste them. So that's what the cheat code is all about, man. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I have all types of people come to my show, right? So I've had not too long ago, I had Sanaa Lathan come on the show, and we spoke about what her cheat code is. I had John Leguizamo. He spoke about his cheat code. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. There's a gentleman, he's in the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. And he plays the character Morgan in the Walking Dead. And one of his cheat codes, so to speak, is he doesn't allow other people to define what success is for him.
Amazing.
And that's very important, because for him, success is how he internalizes it. And the reason why that's important, bro, is because so many times we may do something amazing, but if you don't own what you do that's amazing, then other people will have the power to dictate what's amazing and what's not, what your value is and what's not. You have to know your value in order to own it, and vice
Great.
versa. So when he said that, man, woo, that's a cheat code right there. To be able to internalize your own success and what it means to you, so you can have the power to give it back to others versus allowing it to be dictated by society and everybody else's standards. And now you're not successful at all. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. When I watched the video and saw you, the cheat code became truly different thing towards me. Like I was like, what's my uniqueness? What's my cheat code? What is it that I have that 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 takes me out to the next level, places me in a place that nobody can, and only me can do it because I own that cheat code, right? And with the game, when you are playing the game, you need to have the cheat code to know how skillful you are, because it's a battle of it's a competitive space, right? And you need to have that cheat code. It's in other words we call it killer punch, right? You need to have that killer punch where you
Mm.
need to knock that anything that you're facing, whether it be a situation, whether it be a career opportunity, whatever you're in, you either have to have that killer punch or have that cheat code. And that cheat code is that uniqueness that you have. So that's the word that came to my
Wow.
uniqueness being part of that. Thank you so much. If I haven't learned anything from you, I've learned that having your own uniqueness is your own cheat code.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yo, bro, you got
yeah,
to think about it, dog. I'm gonna dive a little deeper into that because it's very important, right? And whoever's watching, you might want to like real talk. You pay attention to this. So in 2008, right, Quez, that's when I first came into the industry from a professional standpoint. In 2008, that was my
right.
first E3 and all of that, right? Now, if you fast forward to 2023 right now, there's a lot of stuff that you see happening, with content creators and things of that nature. It's sad that things that I talked about in 2008, people that I met with that was in a position of power to make certain changes, like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that stuff was just so ignored, whatever, that was then. And it's just interesting, at times frustrating, uh, you know, but I don't let anything hold me back. But what I will say is it's amazing how George Floyd's death literally created all of a sudden new opportunities, new messages. Um, let's get this group of people involved more, and let's highlight this more and stuff like that. And it's like, dag, it took somebody to die and to have global coverage of that death and how
Mm-hmm.
heinous it was for y'all to be human, for y'all to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kidding me? So in that moment, because earlier we was talking about a low point, um, it's easy to get angry at these things, but even in the process of being, angry, I'm not going to allow like anger to dictate or change, the truth of things. So, and the matter is this: if you really, really want to see change and you really want to see better, not just for yourself, but for everybody,
Yeah.
if that's what you're really looking for, there's a lot of things that you got to change within yourself, like being the change that you want to see. And you got to also be willing to take the hits
Mm-hmm.
in order for things to move forward. So whenever I say I'm the GOAT of the game or whatever, whatever, there's a lot of hits, like publicly and privately, that I had to take and dodge and, you know, receive those blows in order for content creators now to have like spots where they could get paid and be seen on big company streams and take their career to the next level and be seen and stuff like that, because they didn't do these things before
Yeah.
at all. Like you would never see, like, you see how they have like creator networks now, where like Capcom has a creator network now. EA got a creator network where they actually highlighting the very people that make their games famous. Like all these things, those things didn't exist before.
Yeah.
So what I want to say and what I want to see going forward, Quest, is I don't want for something bad to happen for people to see the good in themselves and others.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that if characters truly occur, you value yourself, then that should be the standard as to how we operate
Yeah.
as people in business, in relationships, for the nature of what we are a part of and what we love in terms of gaming and beyond. So that's something that I would love to see change, and that could be added to that cheat code as well. Real talk.
Amazing. Real talk. Real talk. Thank you. I mean, uh, you have some so amazing wisdom that right there. I mean,
Well,
it's
fear the Lord is fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, bro. Yo, bro, you see it on my chain, son. On my chain, dog, it says God first. On my chain,
amazing.
bro, it says God
Yeah,
first. So yeah, fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, bro.
fear of the Lord, beginning of wisdom. I mean, that takes me to my next question. I mean, we'll be wrapping up soon. I gotta get you
Yeah,
to
now
go.
take your time, man. I'm enjoying this. Like I said, I made sure I blocked off time for you because you my man, Quez, and I love what you're doing.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, I want us to talk about Africa. W- What what are your expectations like? And I mean, for me, whenever I meet an African American brother, I don't think
Hmm.
is I this is what I feel. I feel like our African American brothers are our experts and professionals in, that have knowledge and guidance and in new technologies, right? From all this
Hmm.
where they've been. Um, Back here in Africa, we also have kind of our culture and build it in, but we need to bridge up the gap, right? It's
Right.
like it's like sending your child to go and learn something new so that they can come back home and come and develop, right? When I look at this, the history of the Chinese, the Israelites, and all these other big nations, I see the return of the offspring coming back to come and develop the countries, or to come and help grow knowledge and experiences and bring their expertise and develop. What do you have for Africa? What do you have any plans? Is there any roadmap coming back? Say, hey, you know what? I want to do hip hop. I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, 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 I
I,
got you. No, no, but I see what you're saying.
yeah,
So,
I
so
I
my
want to
thing is,
I want to build a hip hop gamer studio content creation outfit in Africa to employ some guys. I want to do what any
no, I
plans?
got, no, I got you. Now I got you, bro. So let me tell you what I'm doing right now, and this is something that if I can bring it there, then I will. Period. And but I'm gonna have you like lead that charge, bro. I'm following your footsteps. That's your territory. I'm just there to support. But here's what I will tell you, man. So my program is Playmakers. That's the name of my joint, Playmakers, right?
Playmakers,
So
right?
so I'm a partner with the DOE out here, which Department of Education. I'm a DOE vendor, so I have a partnership with them, right? Which allows me to bring my programs and technology through my partners Logitech G, AMD, and Lenovo, and everybody else that I work with. So what it is I have a technology partnership where I got schools in the hood that got the latest and greatest machines so they can be competitive and be creative, so there's no excuses. Because that's one thing about
Amazing,
me. I love eliminating excuses so accountability can arise and responsibility can arise in a lot of the kids now. Because it's very easy to say, well, I couldn't do this because I didn't have this. Or I couldn't. Nah. No excuses. If you want it, it's here. Now go do something with it and you got support. So there's no excuses. Just accountability and responsibility. And now it's time for you to own up to it so you can make something happen with your life and be the next generation that leads. So I have that. Then I got programming. And my programming is with my show, Characters, Your Currency, and other things that I do, but it's all film. So one
yeah.
of my things is making stars, making superstars, you know what I'm saying, out of a lot of the kids that felt like they was never even seen or heard before.
Hmm.
That changes the game big time, especially with confidence. And because now you being watched and there's eyes on you, you want to always look and be your best, especially when you got that attention. So if I could duplicate what I'm doing out here in United States, in Africa, bro, with the schools out there and everything like that, and have my Playmakers program be out there, oh, it's over, bro. Because my program got everything: gaming, music, tech, AI. Like I got it all, bro. So if I could, and on top of that, I actually have real things that's tangible. So if I say, yo, this kid is doing so amazing, I want to bring him to the New Orleans I want to bring him to New Orleans to meet with the Pelicans team and do something or perform at the Smoothie King Arena out in New Orleans. I can make those things happen. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be at the New York Stock Exchange and talk about your business and what you're trying to create, even as a kid, and what you want to do, I can make that happen. You understand what I'm saying? So I got real tangible experiences that's life changing. That because a lot of times the reason why we see a lot of what we see, bro, in terms of like a lot of the negativity and the hate, a lot of these kids feel like they ain't got nothing to lose, and I know what that
Mm-hmm.
feels like because I used to have that same mentality. If you ain't got nothing to lose, you'll do anything because you just don't care. And when
Mm-hmm.
you live in that life where you don't care, that's a quick way to the grave, bro. But when you got something where you don't want to lose, and you got something that you cherish, that you find value, you're not gonna go out to that club tonight, probably. Like you know what I mean? Or you're not gonna go on this corner today with these people because now you're being more conscious of the moves you're making because it's very easy to make one bad decision and everything is over. So that's what I want to do. I want to give back something that they can cherish enough that they don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Because then that creates a lot of confidence, responsibility, and accountability for their actions, which is developing good men. You understand what I'm saying? And then we
Yeah.
lit from there, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
So I would love to bring that to out there Africa, son.
sure, sure, sure. I mean, the but I have another question. Um, being this charismatic within the video game space,
Yeah.
has any of this come evolved from playing video games itself? So let's say time management, um, analytical being. Did any video games help you to really come out of your shell and say, for me like this, I used to play Age of Empires, and it helped
Oh
me to
wow.
manage my time, right? Because you need to manage resources, you need to grow food, you need to manage your gold, and you need to cut down wood and build and move from one age to the other. Has Because most of the time I just want my listeners to know that we are not we are just because we wanted to be, but we also
Right.
pick up some stuff from the games. Did you
Yes.
ever pick some stuff from the game that you said, oh, wait a minute, I actually didn't go to school to learn this, I learned it on my own playing the video games?
Wow. So here's what I would say, and this is more of a characteristic standpoint for me. And there's actually two instances, right? So one was Final Fantasy VII. This was very interesting to me, and I'm gonna tell you why. So when I played Final Fantasy VII, right? The reason why it impacted me so much is because you was able to change the names of the main characters that was in the
Hmm.
game. So like Cloud, I that was my name, Jackal. And so like that, I
Yeah.
made Cloud's name Jackal. Then like like my sister, I think was Tifia, and then my brother was what's the name, Barrett and stuff like that. So I changed the names and stuff like that. And what's so interesting is when you're playing Final Fantasy VII, there's some real emotional stories and dialect and content and context, in the story as you read it. But when you read it with your family in mind, because of the names that pop up, I ain't gonna front, bro. It helped me to become a better brother, a better son, better grandson. Um, Playing the game made me care more about my family instead of
Okay.
taking them for granted just because they was there. So from a characteristic standpoint, just core values and not taking things for granted, I got a lot of that from playing
Hmm.
Final Fantasy VII, bro. That was a
Amazing.
powerful shift for me. Then, secondly, in terms of things that I picked on from playing games. It made me realize that I'm not in control of everything. And what I mean by that is I came home, and this is sixth grade, I believe. So in sixth grade, I started to hang around the wrong people, right? And I started cursing in school and being wild because, like, at that time, if you said a curse in school, like the kids would be like, "Ooh," and then all this other stuff. And I felt like, yes, you know what, yeah, and, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And just being stupid, you know what I mean? But I did that. And then when I came home and I had 6 U's on my report card, not only did see I didn't if I got a beating, fine, I got a beating. But after the beating, I could go back outside and I'm lit. But when I got a beating and I was on punishment, and my punishment was that they took my video game away, yo,
Mhm.
Cressy, I never like I didn't know what to do. Like I was messed up, bro. I was a messed up kid. When I couldn't because it was I ain't gonna front. I was bad. I was being bad that year. So what happened is even my grandmother would sneak and let me play the game, even if I did something wrong. But my grandmoms wouldn't even let me play the game this time. Like
Mhm.
I ain't have nothing, bro. It was bad, son. So like it made me realize that yo, I can lose everything. And it's my choice. I could choose to be good and do my work and do what's right when I'm told, or I could choose to be rebellious and do whatever I want, but I'm gonna lose a lot in that process. So gaming made me realize that I actually have a choice in
Choice.
my life. And once gaming got taken away, I was like, nah, I don't want this to happen. Now think about this for a second. Most people learn that, like, especially from the hood. A lot of people learn what I learned from a video game by going to jail or going to
Mhm.
like a juvenile, hall or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where they learn that. I learned that from uh being punished by not being able to have my video games.
Mhm.
So that should let you know the impact and why I'm so who I am when it comes to games and gaming coach and everything like that, man. It's really I love it, man. It's really my life and yeah, man, still going strong with it, bro.
All right. All right. How does it feel like, to interview celebrities?
Oh man, yo, you know what's so funny, man? I I love it. It's a dream come true. And I'm gonna put this into perspective for you, bro. Yo, I've had Tyler Perry on my show. I've had Kevin Hart on my show. I've had Angela Bassett on my show. I've had
Amazing.
Morgan Freeman on my show. You know what I'm saying? I've had Tom Cruise. I've had Samuel L. Jackson. Like, dog, I had Denzel Washington, Ryan
Almost
Reynolds.
everyone.
Dog, listen to me when I tell you, it is a surreal feeling in a surreal moment. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's one thing to be in their presence and interview them and like, wow, I grew up on you and you're amazing to me. But when they respond to you, like if you ask them a question and they say, wow, I've never been asked that before, that's a great question. Or if you ask them a question and they give you an answer that you never would have thought you've gotten or been able to pull out of them and stuff like that, it's a reflection, like their greatness and what they've given to me just in the form of an interview is also a reflection of the work, the humbleness, the humility to be able to stand in front of them to be able to ask the question.
Amazing.
And that right there is, you can't put a price on it, man. It's a priceless experience. I would never take it for granted, Quezzy. And it's one of the most amazing, amazing realities and reassurances that, as great as they are, I'm allowed to be great with them. And that
Amazing.
right there is, woo, it'll make you cry because I think about my grandmother often. And sometimes when I come home, I'd be like, Dad, I wish I could just
Mhm.
talk to grandma and be like, tell. But I'm very thankful, man. It's an honor to talk to those individuals, big time.
Amazing. I think that when I see you interviewing these movie stars and producers and musicians, I'm like, you know what? Gaming is a leveler. Gaming levels all the playing grounds, and so far as I can share with you, hey, what game are you playing? I mean, I'm playing this game. Oh, we all playing, we are all games. It's makes everything become so standardized, and I mean, for me, it's beautiful to see that they respond to you that much, and you go with that.
Mm.
I'm a hip hop gamer, and it also comes to reflect the fact that now people can respect the word being a gamer, right? Back in the days, when you say you're a gamer, it'd be who are you? What is a gamer?
Yeah.
But
Oh man, I
now,
remember. Whew,
go ahead, go
talk
ahead,
on it.
go ahead,
Yeah, I
man.
remember though. I remember that big time, yo. Listen. I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. So remember I told you I worked in the mailroom. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now think about it. I'm in the mailroom, and like the biggest stars is right upstairs walking on the floors. The biggest executives, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Russell Simmons. You know, what's the name? I can't think of his name right now, but Swiss Beats and people like that that just be all over, like it's crazy around these people, and most of them, is really nice and really kind and stuff like that. But you'll come across some of them that because you're in the mailroom and you talk about video games, all that stuff, they look at you like, don't talk to me. Like there's some people like that. Like
Hmm.
it could get real ugly. But yeah, the term gamer, bro, and being a gamer, yo, son, leave them games alone. That ain't nothing. You ain't gonna never be nothing with that. Yo, grow up. Like yo, all of it, all of it. But what's so funny, Cressy? A lot of the same people be like, yo, hip hop, yo, son, yo, I'm trying to get this PC, son. Yo, I need to all the time, bro. All the time. It's amazing how the tables turn. But what's so funny is if people did their research, they'll understand that gaming didn't just become number one in the form of entertainment. It's been number one for quite a while. Like it's been over music and movies combined for a while. But now that you got more faces, carrying the torch, man, things when you say a gamer, everybody wants to be one. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your heart out. I mean, before we go,
Yeah.
there is an African youth or African child listening to you right now. What would be your message
For
to them?
real?
Yeah, I mean, it's late here, but for me, the essence of this video is those who come and watch it after. And we're going to push it to the
Mm.
community, and I want somebody to hear from you. That young chap listening to you, of your journey, of your story, how you moved through the ranks, and how you even stayed humble, meeting Denzel, meeting all these big stars, but still humble in yourself as being hip hop gamer. What will you tell them? What hope can you offer them?
Wow, man. Yo, whew, great question. So first, like I tell everybody, what is your why? You know what I'm saying? Like why like if you want to be a gamer or you want to do what I'm doing or whatever it is in the gaming space, first of all, why you want to do it. That's the first thing, why you want to do it. Because there is work that's going to be needed to take place to make this happen. It's not going to, be overnight. But first off, what is your why? Why do you want to do it? Honestly, you got to be honest with yourself because the lies will catch up to you. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is once you know why you want to do it, then you got to ask yourself, are you humble enough to ask for help? You can't do it alone. You're going to need help. You're going to have to trust people. People are going to help you, and people will do you wrong. but you gotta be fearless, vulnerable, and be willing to fail and make mistakes in order to be great.
Hmm.
Like when you get past your the reason why you want to do it, and you develop a fearlessness and a humbleness of being willing to ask for help. Yo, you like halfway there already. The third thing is, who are you with what you want to do? Because society, the world will quickly label you and define you, and then you will be lost within what you're trying to be. So you have to own who you are and stand on it. Period. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing to bring it all home is, what is your cheat code? What are you looking to bring that only you can bring, and magnify that every day. So wherever you do, wherever you talk to, wherever you go, you become a beacon of light for everybody that you're around and the next generation that will be inspired by what you do. Once you could cover that, you could do anything. And always put God first when you do it. That's it, B. Top five.
Always put God first. Always,
Always.
always, always.
Always.
Thank you so much, Hip Hop Gamer, and it's been a pleasure having you. It's been a good time. It's almost 1:10 a.m. here in Ghana. It's mid morning. And
Wow.
it's great to have you. I mean, we have to stay up night to make sure that we have this interview. It's not for me. It's for the community of gamers out there. We want to share stories. We want to talk about stories. It's not just, we want people to know that it's not just sitting behind a computer or sitting behind a TV and playing games all day. But we have stories to share. We have lifestyles we can share, and those lifestyles goes beyond just the games. It revolves around other people.
Mm.
Oh, I wanted to ask you one. There are two games in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Dev Jam.
Yes.
Dev Jam. I love Dev Jam so much. I don't know why they didn't bring back Dev Jam. Because I think that it would be a great esports game. Because I used to use is the Master P. It has
Master
uh,
P.
Snoop Dogg in there. It has Exhibit in there. It has almost every black. And then I used to play this one on Xbox. I think it was 50 cents game.
Oh yeah, Blood
We
in the
we
Sand and 50 Cent's Bulletproof. Yep.
Blood Pro. We used to have good black games. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't keep up the momentum. What do you have to say about that?
Well,
About
the
these
first thing I would
games?
tell you is, yeah, the first thing I would have to tell you is, I love them games and I still got them and I still play them. You know what I'm saying, on my PC. You know what I mean? But yo, man, I'm gonna tell you a true story. I'm gonna let you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all deserve to know and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I even had this conversation with Eric Sermon, because Eric Sermon came to Hot 97. You know what I'm saying? And we was playing Def Jam together, and we was having this conversation as well. So the Def Jam license is owned by three people, and I believe that's Leo Cohen, Kevin Lyles, and Russell Simmons. And if they don't all agree to do it, it ain't happening in terms
Wow.
of the license. That's one. And companies that's offered to make a Def Jam game, even if they didn't call it Def Jam, they willing to do it. But in this day and age, the type of budget you would need to even do it, because of the license and the rights to people like a Eminem and a Drake and a Snoop and Ice Cube and all this other stuff, is so crazy
Mhm.
that it's kind of hard to put together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's something that I will say. There are games being developed independently. There are games being developed independently. And I believe that independent standpoint, if it can make enough noise, it's a game that you it's the games that's being developed are games that you can't buy, but they're passion projects.
Mhm.
But if it properly and there's a business model to it that makes sense, then we won't get Def Jam back necessarily, but we will get that style of game with those types of individuals. We will get that back again because there's things being worked on now because there's people just like me and you that feel the same way, but they got the skill set to bring it to life.
Right.
So we just gotta wait and see. But I'm with you 100%, man. It's a shame. It is a shame that Def Jam, Fight for New York, or Vendetta, they didn't keep that up. And in this day and age with online play, the graphics, and oh man,
Amazing. I mean, I mean,
it would have been amazing.
it would have been amazing. I mean, like, uh, probably when I look at these projects and I see the kind of momentum and inspiration it even gives to our local artists here, right? And those were the days that we really felt like this is a game that we could feel the music, which is part of our culture. Because you can take music out of it. I mean, you even if I play Grand Theft, and you playing at CJ, and
Yeah,
you
you
feel
need
you
that
feel
music, bro.
yeah
You can't get in the car. Ain't no music. You can't cruise or nothing. What? Come on.
yeah
Oh
yeah
man, it's upsetting.
and
I ain't gonna front. It is upsetting, dog. It's like, come on, B.
yeah.
Like, yeah. So I'm with you 100%, man. It's very upsetting.
Definitely. I mean, I'm always looking out for great games. That is, I'm not saying I'm not racist, but I would say that I will always go for something that is Black American origin, and because that's my culture anyway. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
we want
that's
to see
my thing.
more of it.
Yeah,
Look,
we
man.
want to see.
Look, everything is about balance, bro. Everything is about balance, man. Like, I want to see more of everything. Like, I want that to be the norm. Like, for real, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, yo, Quessy, there's like certain like movie directors that I've had lunch with and spoke with, and they don't even cast like unless the cast is like diverse.
Hmm.
Like, they don't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's intentional. Where like certain a lot of companies now, but certain movies you not gonna see a lot of movies where you don't got like a black person and an Asian and a white person and this and that and like you're gonna see like a lot more like of a melting pot of people. So my thing is we need to see more of that in the gaming space. And I don't mean
Definitely.
just you get one for every 50 that has like like you know what I'm saying. Nah, I'm talking about like it needs to be a balance to the point where when you're looking at the games, you're just seeing everything. Like it's
Yeah.
just normal. You know what I mean? That's what I would love to see. So I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. You
But
know?
I think that I mean, even when we talk about being black, I think there's so much stories to be shared within the video game space that we haven't told about. Even if we transferring that even into the movie space, you look at Black Panther, we haven't scratched the surface of telling our story. And that's really an opportunity for us as black people to really shine, um, use the technologies available now to really throw light on our history, on our culture, on our heroes that have passed on, and bring them into it would be nice to have like Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey in all
That
these
would be
big in the storyline,
yeah,
in a video game where I can play like Marcus Garvey, and like in the Black History Month we can play all these characters, and well, it's gamified in a way, but anyway,
yeah,
that is a future project for somebody else to take it on. I mean, I was thinking about I was working on a project with some guys. We wanted to do a video game based on an African American, whereby how they move the Africans from Africa to, so you have to play through that journey, and you come to New York, and you come and build a life as a slave
Mm.
in through the plantation. Then you go through the segregation time, civilization, freedom, then you build a family. So we wanted it to be, but unfortunately the project didn't go through because the guys had some issues anyway. But if I could learn anything from you today, also, I've learned one thing: ownership is very key.
Very
Ownership.
key.
Ownership. If you don't own it, they will take it from you. If you don't own it, you can't control it.
Yeah, period. That's what I was saying. Now I'm gonna make this very, very clear. A lot of people, you gotta be ready for what you say you want. That's the key. They want ownership, but they're not built for ownership. There's a
Hmm.
difference. You have to be built for this because it takes a lot more work. And if you love it, you love it. It's fun for you in, the ups and downs, whatever. But everything is going to be on your shoulders.
Hmm.
Anything go wrong is all on you. When it comes to the rewards, yeah, you get all the rewards and all the love and credit. But when things go wrong, you gotta be willing to own that too, even when things don't go right and stuff like that. So it's a tough request, but it's important based on what you want. Because look, I know people that don't mind just the 9 to 5 life. They found a good job they love to do. They living good and they chill. Cool, and that's fine. But when somebody say they want ownership, they want to see change, they want to see this, okay, get ready for the dark part. Because a lot of people love the glory stories,
Hmm.
but they don't want to go through the trenches that lead to the glory story. And that's all I'm saying. Be ready for this because listen, Quessy, I never had a job in the gaming industry. Ever. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And what you see me do, like I've been independent since day one, 2008, like professionally. And then also I don't have sponsorships. I have partnerships, which means that like when you see me and Logitech and me and AMD and me and Samsung and New York Stock Exchange, FinTech, when you see all this other stuff, like Hot 97, yeah, like I work with them and we put this together and stuff like that. But I work with them. So, you know what I mean? So it's a difference. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you have to do and be responsible for. So ownership is smart, is great. Do it. Make sure you built for what you say you want because you don't want to be blindsided by reality and then you can't be consistent and push through it. So that's all I would say. Be ready for what you say you want.
Be ready for what you say you want. That is the
Facts.
message from the one and only in the world wide world, in the world wide web, the hip hop gamer. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for giving us this time. And we're gonna wrap it up with that solid dope music that you've heard. Remember, if you are listening it in Ghana, you've heard it here for the first time. All
Let's
right, hip hop
go.
gamer. Thank you so much, and we'll link you up back again. And I appreciate your
Definitely.
time
Real soon.
spending. It is say hello to Tamika for me and to all my brothers out there. This year it's possible I'll be in US. You know, my mom is in New York, so I will want to surprise her this year. So possibly I'll come to New York.
Bro, if you come to New York, we got you. We're gonna treat you. It's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? My treat, I got you. You come to New York, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Yeah,
But I know I definitely gotta get out
yeah,
there too. So let's make it
yeah.
work.
My mom and my little brother is in New York, so definitely I will be coming to New York this year. Definitely pass through. All right, guys, thank you so much.
All
What
right.
do we say to Hip Hop Gamer? We love you, and we love you. All right,
God
let's
bless
take
you,
it
and I
this
love you
home.
back.
They said
Much
press
love, and
the
we out.
start. All right, bro,
Press start.
press start.
Uh, hip hop gamer. Press start. Yeah, you know what time it is. Yeah, you know what time it is. Brooklyn. Yeah, you know what time it is. Hip hop gamer, no stranger to taker, playmaker. I show nothing but love, that's how I got greater. For those that don't see it, they stay stuck with the haters. Hip-hop gamer, no stranger to greatness. So drop that, gun gameplay, I overwatch that. Biggie Smalls, life at the depth, so we respond back. Red dot, headshot, red spots on your hard hat. This is what New York sounds like, and it's all that. Concrete core killer, rap game, raw spitter, frame data, play sicker. So you gotta aim quicker, maxed out, ready for war. We got the painkillers, feeling like Mike in the game. Ow, thriller. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. My grandma told me to be the best that I can be, so I took the game industry by the balls and believed in me, and equally merged it with verses. So anybody wanna battle, get a pen and a paddle with two controllers. Focus, the flow is explosive, breaking every barrier and parry all opposes. Yeah, the game is mine and it's time to be ferocious. You can call me rap god when it comes to game and culture. Embrace who I am and the world is gonna see it. The game industry, everybody wanna be in it. It's funny how the leaderboards will show you what is missing, and I get it, now I got it, cause I am top the position. Listen, from the hood, growing up, we ain't have much. Playing PlayStation with friends, felt like we had enough. It was those days with Sega, how we was raised up. Gotta love Sonic, cause Lost Rings that came up. Whoa. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop on. This is
Hello?
New York City. This
Hello,
is New
boss.
York
Yes.
City. We the
Hello,
home
I
of the
can hear
gritty.
you. Hello?
Press start when we pop on.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Press start.
Good morning.
Morning. Yes, I'm going to Sakumono. Sakumono Lashibi area. You can go.